All right, you guys, how are you guys doing? So as you can see, I got this beautiful look for you guys, a very smoky brown, just, you know, blown out look with a beautiful nude lip. So I know it probably doesn't look as cute with my braces, but anyway, hopefully these babies will be out in another year. I still got a minute. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this look that I created for you. So no more talking, and let's go for what you came for, to see how this look was done. So let's get to it. Welcome back, ladies, to another makeup tutorial with your girl Raina. How is everybody? So anyway, as you can see, this title was in English for you girls, so that you know that it's not going to be in Spanish. I was trying to do one in Spanish, one in English, and that's what I'm maintaining right now until I can get the guts to just go ahead and do a channel on just makeup. So I put that on my Instagram, so hopefully by then I have already chosen for my next video. So hopefully we'll see. Anyway, I don't want to go too much into that. Today's tutorial, as you can see, was on more of the browns. So I selected to use the Lorac Gold palette right here, and these were the colors that I kind of went with right here on this area. I'm going to use these colors right here probably as my transition colors, and this color right here. So I don't have any plans of using like any colors at all except in the brown. So let's get with it and let's see how this is going to come out. Like I always try to just make up the makeup as I go, because I think it's just fun just to kind of see at the end of the video what it is and what I end up coming up with. So right now I'm using a fluffy brush like this, and this is in Morphe M504. So this is the one that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to go ahead and get the palette and use this transition shade right here. So I'm just going to go all over the lid. I did prep my eye just slightly with the Rewind in the color 130, and this I am the color medium. So, all right, so I'm not going to go too heavy-handed on the concealer. So this is just going to be something more smoky, blown out colors, and I love those looks. So we're just going to go in and literally just go all in the crease and all above, so that way this color just kind of is all over the lid. So we're just gonna go in there and put all this over our eye. And it has more of like a, I guess like a little light, I don't know, peachy color. But that's good. I think this will be good. So we're gonna go with this. All right, so guys, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with one of these colors in the Lorac palette, and I think I'm going to go in with the color Unwind. That's more of the light shade. So we're going to go in there, and I'm going to use a more fluffier brush. I'm going to use this is the MAC 224. So I'm going to go in there and just shake off the excess, and I'm going to go ahead and go in all in the center of the eye. So we're taking it upward just slightly, not covering completely the other shadow, but just enough to where you're blending it out into the shadow, just kind of melting in the color with the other color. So this is where it's at the moment. Okay, so I think we are good with the shadow. As you can see, this is how, at the moment, this is how it's looking. So let me go ahead and finish the other eye, and I'll be right back. All right, ladies, so as you can see, I have done, I think, enough blending with this color. So let's just move on to the next shade. On this one, I'm going to go ahead and take a Milani brush. It's almost similar to the MAC. It's just a little bit more tapered. Yeah, I think it's called Unedited. This dark color right here. So this is the one that we are going to use. And we are gonna take that baby and press it down on our lid. Just adding on little by little to see how this is going to pack on. I think I might end up needing to change the brush in just a minute. I'm just kind of giving it like a moon shape right here. Just little taps until you see that have packed on as much as you think you want. Okay, so once it's packed up on there, what I want you to do is grab like a lighter, fluffier brush. This is the MAC 224. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this one and just lightly fluff around the edge of the darker color. Blend it out as much as you can and just slightly strokes and circular motion. I can't even talk with these braces, guys, so do excuse me if I sound all weird. Okay, so same thing. We're just slightly blending out the inner corner. We want it to make it look like everything's just put together. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually grab a flatter brush. So I'm gonna get this Milani brush that looks like this, it's just flatter. And I'm gonna take a little bit of that same color and just pack it on just a little bit more, enough to where it looks dark to, you know, more of a blown out look. So I'm gonna take this color back, I'm gonna take this brush and tap just slightly on the color and take it just upward and gradually smoke it up. And in very light circular motions, take it just to the inner part and then take it outwards. So gradually take little bits and pieces of color of that brown of the unedited and just smoke it up gradually, because I don't want to leave that big harsh line right here where it shows where that color was. And I don't want to take away from the other colors either. So just gradually just blend up over all these colors and smoke it out. So that way it just looks all melted and put together. I know I'm gonna say that a whole bunch throughout this video, so yeah, that might have to be my title. But let me just go ahead and finish the other one so I can show you how it looks. All right, ladies, so I think we have two good black eyes. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to take this color right here. This is more of, I don't know, a burnt red kind of color, and this one is right here, and that one is called it's called Mooney. All right, so I'm gonna take the flat brush right here that I used with the darker color, and this one is gonna go on our lid. And let me just see how this is gonna come out. Okay, so it does break out a little bit on the color, so that way our eye does look a little bit not so just brown. Kind of make sure you look at your eyes and make sure that your color are somewhat even. So for the moment being, I think we're gonna kind of leave it like this. Clean it just slightly, just enough to where we're just cleaning up the edges just a little bit. So this is a foundation and it's in the color Macchiato. So for you girls that are my shade of color, this should be good for you guys. So I'm just gonna take a couple of pumps on my beauty blender and just blend it all out through my face. And I had already put a primer. I put the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Primer Shine Free. That is a tongue twister right there. So it kind of looks like this, and I think that should be perfect for the moment being. I didn't add anything else but the Pond's moisturizer and that. So let me go ahead and put on my foundation so everything can just kind of start looking put together. guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and start now doing my concealer, and this is the Tarte shade, and it's actually in the color light medium. That is my shade that I normally like to use. Oh, I think I'm filling my pants. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just add just a slight amount. Okay, maybe a little bit extra, but I'm gonna go ahead and just get those pinpoints that the sun normally would hit, and making sure that we get all that under eye nice and covered. And I'm kind of keeping it in this area right here. And this foundation, this concealer, it's really pretty, and it does a job, that's for sure. So as you can see, it just kind of brightened up my eye. Okay. And just slightly bringing it down, like I said, in this area, so it just looks nice and bright. Make sure you get your nose and just a little bit on the forehead. I do not want to mess this up, because if I touch these brows and mess them up, guys, yeah, that would not be good. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and set it just slightly so that way it does not crease on me, and go ahead and do the contour. I'm not going over my brows with this powder, just obviously just slightly, not going up too high either, because like I said, I want to go ahead and contour with. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the contour. I'm actually gonna use this Wet n Wild contouring palette that not too long I got, and this is the, let's see, just says Wet n Wild contour palette, so it looks like this. I'm gonna go ahead and use the brown, and I was gonna do the cream. Like I said, I was gonna do the cream, but I'm gonna try this just to see how it does. So I wanna try something different today. So let's see what brush I'm gonna use. Okay, so I'm gonna try this brush right here. It does not have a name. It probably was, I don't know, from Walmart. I don't know, but I'm gonna go ahead and see what it does and how it does. So I'm just gonna grab my little baby hairs and start from this area right here and swirl it up and add as I go, because I don't know the consistency of this. This is actually the first time I use this one, so I just literally just tried it out on my hand. I didn't really like put anything on my face until now, so I'm just kind of taking it easy as I see the consistency and as I see the color. Yeah, that's when I'll stop. And just make sure you go into the hairline also, because it'll look a little weird if you don't. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab another brush, but this is not going to be like I'm going to just contour with the beauty blender, because I feel this is somewhat creamy, and I think if I do, I might mess it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this brush and just sweep it back and forth right here, and let's see what that does. All right, so I think that should be good, as long as you're taking it from the mouth to the end of the ear or the start of the ear. And yeah, so it does make a difference. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my blush. Okay, so the blush I'm going to use today is actually a Milani blush, and this is in Tea Rose. It's actually a really nice blush. I'm going to go ahead and use it with a more stippled brush. This one's the Sigma dual fiber powder blush, and it's the F15. So I'm just going to swirl around and grab some of that powder excess, just swipe it off, and lightly just kind of, it looks more airbrushed when you use these type of brushes, so it doesn't go on really heavy. So we're just lightly just brushing it upward and right on the, my smile doesn't look great with these braces, but right on the apple of our cheek. And we just want to keep it nice and pretty. So we're gonna go ahead and finish up the eye before we go back and do the rest of the face. So let me find my lashes. All right, my chicas, so I went ahead and added on some eyeliner, and the eyeliner I use is the Rimble, and it's in the color black, I'm pretty sure. So And I didn't go too far out just because the lashes obviously are gonna cover it and it's blown out. So why are we gonna go big, you know, when already our lashes are gonna cover that up? So all right, as you can see, we have our lashes on nice and pretty. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm actually going to get a smaller, more tapered little brush. And I'm gonna take this color right here, the color Moody. And I'm going to grab on just a little bit and slightly go underneath the lash. One of my lashes coming off. Yeah. I hate when that happens. All right, girls, so I went ahead and put on my contacts just because if I don't, my eyes will start watering and then my lashes are gonna definitely fall off. I had to fix this one because I think I brought it too close in and it was irritating my eyes. So things happen with makeup. So we're gonna go ahead and do our under eye like we were doing and packing up that color just at the very edge and kind of just connecting it with the back. Slightly giving a smoke effect and then just kind of packing it on and blending it down as you go. Okay, so we are at that point where I'm gonna use a lighter shade in this area and I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna use, let's see, I'm gonna use this color right here. It's called Spark and it's kind of a pinky goldy look, and I'm going to brush this off right here. I just cleaned it. Here it is. I actually cleaned my little you just rub it on here and it takes off the color that you used and kind of cleans it for you. So I'm going to take a little bit of that color and I'm going to bring it down in this underneath the tear duct and just gradually packing it on and adding on to that part. So that way our eye still looks a little bit awoken and at the same time it's not completely darkened completely, I guess, you know, just with a little bit of brightness to it. So you can tell a difference of the eye already. Make sure you bring it up in this area right here so you're blending it and it doesn't look like you just slapped on a little bit of shimmer and it shows. So you just want to blend it upward. Okay, so that should do it for that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little NYX pencil and I'm going to go underneath in my waterline and lighten that part up just so that that way our eyes look a little bit more opened. You can always go in with a darker color too. I've done that before and it looks just as pretty. But today we're just going to use this one and use my Lashtopia. I've been using this one frequently just because I end up liking it, and right now since I am not doing any proms or weddings or things like that, I can actually use it from the tube because I'm the only one that's doing the makeup. So right now, since I'm not doing makeup, I'm just trying to maintain this one and finishing it up. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna actually go underneath and connect. I should have done this before, but you can do it always before. Just add a little bit of mascara so that way when you do put your falsies on, you can just go in there and just, you know, even with your finger, you can press them on, but I always tend to do this last. All right, so we got our mascara on, as you can see. And now we're gonna go in and do our highlighter. And the highlighter that I wanna use today is the Becca Shimmer Skin Perfector Pressed Shimmer. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just slightly add it right here on these upper cheekbones. And I'm not gonna go off and do the whole face. And I'm just gonna center it right here, more where the sun would, you know, sun kiss me right here. So I'm just kind of circling around and Yeah, this is so pretty. And just kind of do a slightly circle so that way it doesn't look like, you know, we have that big mark of highlight. So you just want to just make sure you bring it down just slightly, not too much, just enough to where you look very dewy. And we're gonna go up here and do the same thing, just slightly circles. Our Cupid's bow and our chin, just gradually. I use these that come in the Anastasia palettes. I'm gonna use this one. And I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose just a little bit before I add on the highlight, so you guys can see what some contouring can do to these nose. We're just sharpening up a little bit more of our nose and making it nice and pretty. So I'm gonna use a little brush, and I'm just gonna go underneath so it doesn't look like we left a line right here. All right, and just gradually go upward. I'm just gonna go on it just a little bit so it just breaks up that line just a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of that same highlight from the Becca, and we are just going to, you can do this. This is not, you know, this is optional, guys. So you don't have to add the highlight if you already have a nice, cute, pretty nose, but I still like to use highlight on my nose. So I just think it makes a big hell of a difference. Just tap a little bit so that way it doesn't look like you caked it on there. I'm gonna go in with my Lancome setting powder here, and I'm going to actually set my nose. All right. I'm not baking it, I'm just literally just setting it. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to just add just a little bit. I'm going to just add just a little bit more of the highlight, since as after I pressed on there, I don't want it to look like it's caked on there or too grungy feeling or too grungy looking. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to use a little bit more of this blush, add on top of the highlight. So this is where we're at, guys. We're almost done and I'm very excited. So now what I'm gonna do, I haven't used this in such like a long time. It's been months, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray spray all this on my face. Just do a little bit more. That way it just looks really, really pretty and set and melted and just kind of goes onto the skin really pretty. So, all right guys, so I'm gonna try to use this lip combo. This is the Anastasia Naked, and then this is the Milani in the color 01 Lavish something. It says big ol' S word. And I'm gonna be using a lip liner this color. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my lip liner. Kind of sharpen it up a little bit. All right, so this is gonna be the first time I actually do this lip combo. So we'll see how this turns out, if I like it or not. All right guys, so this is where we're at with this lip. I'm gonna go ahead and add the Lavish color and see how it turns out. Let me back it up just a little bit so y'all can see. Ooh, this does look pretty. All right guys, so as you can see, we are finished. I think this look came out to be so pretty. I know I had really a fun time doing this look for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really do love this look, like every look I probably will do. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys in the next tutorial. Maybe by then I might have decided already if I am going to be doing it on a different channel, completely, you know, different from my vlogs. So that way I'll have a separate channel, you know. I don't know what I'm going to name it if I do. So I'm very excited about that. So yeah guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. So God bless, be safe, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it.